Om Shanti. Avyakt BaapDada. Today's date 24/1/1970. 24th of January 1970. Murli's title is The Main Business of Brahmins is to Surrender the Self and to Inspire Others to Surrender. The main business of Brahmins is to surrender the self and to inspire others to surrender. Baba says, to whom have you handed over the boat of your life? Shiv Baba. Are you following Srimad completely? To follow Srimad means to put spirituality into every action. Do you consider yourselves to have a full right to the inheritance from Shiv Baba? Those who claim a right to the inheritance have a right over everyone. They are not dependent on anything. If they are dependent on their body or bodily relations or on anything belonging to the body, then by being those who are dependent in such a way, they cannot be the ones who have a right. Those who have a right are not dependent. By constantly considering yourself to be one who has a right, you will be saved from becoming dependent on any form of Maya. Always check how many spiritual actions you have performed and how many worldly actions you have performed. Spiritual actions will give others the inspiration to become spiritual. All of you children of the highest on high Father have kept the aim of claiming the highest on high royal status. Or will you be content with whatever you receive? Since you are the children of the highest on high Father, you have to keep a high aim. Only when you remain in the imperishable stage of soul consciousness will you attain such imperishable happiness. The soul is imperishable, is it not? Having come to Madhuban, Baba then says, having come to Madhuban, have you claimed the blessing of Madhuban? Blessings are received easily without effort. In the Avyakt stage, you attain Avyakt bliss, Avyakt love and Avyakt power in an easy way. You have to try, Baba says, you have to try to keep this blessing with you eternally. By constantly staying in remembrance of the bestower of blessing, you will keep this blessing with you eternally. If you forget the bestower of blessing, the blessing will finish. This is why you must never become separated from the bestower of blessing. If the bestower of blessing is with you, the blessing are also with you. He, Shiv Baba, is the most loved out of the whole world. And so, his remembrance should also be automatic. Since he is the most loved of all, why do you forget to remember him? You must surely be remembering something else. Nothing happens without a reason. There is also a reason for forgetting. Baba is saying there is also a reason for forgetting. Because of you forgetting, the one you love the most becomes distant. The reason for forgetting is your own weakness. Because you do not follow Srimad fully, there is weakness, and because of weakness there is forgetfulness. In forgetfulness, you forget the most loved one of all. This is why, before performing any action, always have the awareness of Srimad and then perform actions, and those actions will be elevated. Those performing elevated actions, Baba says, through performing elevated actions, your life automatically becomes elevated. Therefore, you must check yourself before carrying out any task. If you check yourself after you have performed that action, the wrong action you performed have already become a sinful action. Baba is saying if you check yourself after you have performed the action, the wrong action you performed has already become a sinful action. Therefore, first check and then perform that action. Do you know the method of giving the godly study to others in an easy way? Baba is asking, do you know the method of giving the godly study to others in any easy way? Can you give anyone the introduction of the Father in 1 second? Baba is asking, can you give anyone the introduction of the Father in 1 second? The more you give the introduction of the Father to others, to that extent you will create your future reward. You give here and receive there, so that means you only receive. Whatever you continue to give, you should consider yourself to be receiving that much. You have to have the experience of the attainment of the instant fruit of this knowledge as well as the future reward. You can understand the future on the basis of the attainment of the present. The present experiences make your future very clear. While moving along, what form do you consider yourself to have? Do you have the feeling that you are a Shakti? Baba is asking, do you have the feeling that you are a Shakti, a world mother? Those who are the form of a world mother have the feeling of benefit for the world. By having the form of Shiv Shakti, there will not be any weakness remaining. I am a world mother and a Shiv Shakti. When you keep both these, Baba is saying, when you keep both these forms in your awareness, you will become a conqueror of Maya. And by having a feeling for world benefit, you will become an instrument to bring benefit to many souls. Have you conquered attachment to your relations and your body? Baba is asking, have you conquered attachment to your relations and your body? To what extent you have attained the last stage of becoming conqueror of attachment? Baba is asking. To what stage have you, Baba is asking, to what stage have you attained the last stage of becoming a conqueror of attachment? The more you become a conqueror of attachment, the more an embodiment of remembrance you will become. Baba is saying, the more you become a conqueror of attachment, the more an embodiment of remembrance you will become. So, the method to have remembrance constantly is to become a conqueror of attachment. It is easy to, Baba is saying, it is easy or difficult to become a conqueror of attachment. Baba is asking, is it easy or difficult to become a conqueror of attachment? When you surrender yourself, everything will be easy. If you do not surrender everything but keep it to yourself, you will find it difficult. The main method to make it easy is to surrender. The Father should be able to do whatever He wants through you. Just as an entire factory is run by machines, it is the task of the machines to run the factory. In the same way, we are instruments. The one who wants to use us can use in whatever way. Baba says the one who wants us to use us can use in whatever way he wants. We just have to continue to move along according to that. By thinking about yourselves in this way, you will not feel any difficulty. This stage has to be made stronger day by day. You must pay attention to this main thing. However, Baba says, however much you children surrender yourselves to the Father also surrenders himself to you to the same extent. That is Baba says, that is the treasures of the Father automatically belong to such children. Why should it be difficult to give others the virtue that you have? To surrender and to inspire others to surrender is the business of Brahmins. Baba says, to surrender and to inspire others to surrender is the business of Brahmins. Who else apart from Brahmins would know about the business of Brahmins? Just as the Father is not pleased with just a little, in the same way, children should not be pleased with just a little. Now Baba says, what is the sign of faith? Victory. The more faith, Baba says, what is the sign of faith? Victory. The more faith you have in the intellect, the more victorious you will become in all aspects. Those who have faith in the intellect are never defeated. If there is defeat, you should understand that there is a lack of faith. Consider yourself to be one of the victorious jewels. Baba says, consider yourself to be one of the victorious jewels. Obstacles will come. The way to finish them is constantly to think that they are papers. Each paper enables you to recognize your stage. If any obstacle comes, consider it to be a paper and pass it. Don't see the situation, but consider it to be a paper. There are different questions in a paper, sometimes about the mind, sometimes concerning, Baba says, sometimes there are different questions in a paper, sometimes about the mind, sometimes concerning public opinion, sometimes relationships, and sometimes a question of fellow countrymen will come. However, don't be afraid of those, but go into the depth of them. Create such an atmosphere that anyone can be pulled even against their will. Baba says, create such an atmosphere that anyone can be pulled even against their will. The more you remain busy in creating an Avyakt atmosphere, the more everything will happen automatically. Baba says, the more you remain busy in creating an Avyakt atmosphere, the more everything will happen automatically. While walking along, if you smell a fragrance, you have the desire to go and see what it is. In the same way, this Avyakt fragrance will pull souls against their will. Now Baba says, if you have an aim, you have to imbibe the characteristics to achieve that aim. How far did you go if your effort is slack? If you use the word trying, you will get left behind while trying. You must keep the aim that you must do it. To say I will try is a weakness. In order to finish this weakness, finish the word trying. There is victory in having faith. By having doubts, power is reduced. If you have faith in the intellect, you will also receive cooperation from everyone. When any task is to be carried out, you must always think, no one can do it without me, and only then will there be success. So from today, finish the word trying. Ama Shiv Shakti. Shiv Shaktis are able to perform all tasks. Shaktis are shown riding a lion. Baba says Shaktis are shown riding a lion. Baba says Shaktis are shown riding a lion. If any type of Maya is in form of a lion, Baba says if any form of Maya in the form of a lion comes, you must not be afraid. A Shiv Shakti can never be defeated. There is no time left now anyway. If you change yourself before time, you will receive 100,000-fold return of one. Since you have to change anyway, you should change yourself in this way. Do you remember that you claimed the inheritance in the previous cycle as well? If you consider yourself to be old, when the memory of the previous cycle returns, effort is easy. This is because there is the faith of having claimed the inheritance in the previous cycle, and that even now you will definitely claim it. The memory of Baba says the memory of the previous cycle brings you power. If you yourself, Baba says, if you consider yourself to be new, there will be thoughts of weakness. Will I be able to attain this or not? By having the awareness, Baba says, by having the awareness, I am from the previous cycle, you will receive power. You must always make yourself courageous. You must never lose courage. When you have courage, you receive help. We are the children of the Almighty Authority Father. To remain the Father, Baba says, to remember the Father is in itself courage. Is it easy or difficult to remember the Father? Baba is asking, is it easy or difficult to remember the Father? It becomes easy when you make it easy. This is my task. This is my duty. What should I do? When you have this thought, it becomes difficult. Never allow weak thoughts to remain in you. If you, Baba says, if weak thoughts arise in the mind, finish them there and then. Let your thoughts be powerful. If you still keep trying, when will you experience the Avyakt attraction? As long as you are trying, you cannot develop the Avyakt attraction in yourself. The language is of weakness. The children of the Almighty Authority Father cannot say this. Their thoughts, words and everything else are those of faith. You have to create such a stage. Always check, is the foundation of your thoughts powerful? The speciality, Baba says, the speciality of someone who makes intense effort is that his thoughts, words and deeds, all three are equal. If your thoughts are elevated but your deeds are weak, you cannot be called an intense effort maker. All three should be equal. Always think that the form, Baba says, always think that the form Maya shows now and again is in fact to bid farewell for all time. Instead of bidding farewell, you invite her. I am always with Shiv Baba. I will never be separated from him. So then what can anyone do? If someone remains busy, other people would not disturb that person. They would understand that the Baba says they would understand that no one should come to disturb them, and so they put a notice there. Baba says if someone remains busy, other people would not disturb that person. They would understand that no one should come to disturb them, and so they put a notice there. You should also put up a notice, and Maya will then go away. She will not have any place to come in. If there is an empty chair, someone would come and sit on it. It is very easy for the mother simply to remember the father. That is all. By remembering the father, knowledge will emerge automatically. Those who remember the father receive his help in every task. The father, Baba says, the power of remembrance is such that if you keep in your awareness whatever you experience here, wherever you go, it will become imperishable. Repeatedly keep the awareness in your intellect. I am a resident of the supreme abode and have come here simply to carry out a task, and then I have to return. The more you keep your intellect busy in these matters, the less it will wander around. You have to give knowledge to someone tactfully. By giving them the knowledge directly, they will become confused. First of all, pull them with God's love. Bodily beings want wealth, whereas the Father wants the mind. Baba says bodily beings want wealth, whereas the Father wants the mind. So your mind should only be connected to where it should be. It should not be used anywhere else. If you stay in a yogic and Avyakt stage and then just speak a few words, that is like giving a lecture. You can give the essence of an hour's lecture in just a couple of words. Now Baba says, do you consider yourself to be moving forward day by day? Baba is asking, do you consider yourself to be moving forward day by day? Do you think that you have time and that you will make effort at some time? Baba is asking, do you think that you have time or that you will make effort at some time? However, let the completion take place before the time and attain the experience of this stage. If you experience this stage at the time, then together with the time, the stage will also change. When the time has gone, Baba is saying, when the time is gone, Baba is saying, when the time is gone, the experience of the Avyakt stage will finish and there will be another part. This is why you must experience, Baba says, this is why you must experience the Avyakt stage before that. Kumaris are fast in running, so run fast in this godly race too. Only those who come fast will come close to the fast number. Baba says only those who come first will come close to the first number. The Sakar form went first. You have to keep an elevated aim. If your aim is of completion, then you have to make complete effort, because only then will you attain the stage of perfection. Full effort means to make yourself full in all matters. It is not a big thing. Is it difficult to have remembrance after knowing something? To know means to have knowledge. If you do not have the light and might of knowledge, of what use is that knowledge? That is not called knowing. Here, knowing and doing is the same, whereas Baba says, whereas elsewhere they are different from each other. Having knowledge of something enables you to create that form. What form will godly knowledge make? That of a godly stage. Why would those who take godly knowledge not have the godly form? Theory is something else from knowing, that is, from imbibing in the intellect. With dharana, you are automatically able to perform those actions. To imbibe means to merge that thing in your intellect. When it becomes merged in your intellect, the physical organs will also then do that according to the directions given by the intellect. We are the children of the knowledgeful Father, and we have the light and might of godly knowledge. You have to move along with this awareness. Simply to listen to knowledge is one thing. You don't have to just listen to it, but you have to merge it in yourself. To eat food is one thing and to digest is something else. You cannot receive strength by just eating it. Where do you get the power to digest the food? It is only by digesting the food that you have eaten that you experience strength. Since you are the children of the Almighty Father, is it possible that you cannot do anything? Baba is asking. Now that you are the children of the Almighty Father, is it possible that you cannot do anything? Otherwise, you put the Father's name to shame. Always keep the aim of performing such actions that you will show yourself to be an example. Do not wait for anything. For you have to become an example. Baba says, do not wait for anything for you to have to become an example. The Father became an example. Did he not? Brahma Baba became an example. Did he not? Baba then says, do you feel that you have come to your home? When someone who was lost comes home, it is as though he receives rest. So here you have the experience of rest. By finding the right place, your stage is one of rest. Always consider yourself to be in a state of rest. You may go somewhere to carry out a task, but the experience of this stage is with you. If you keep this with you, then no matter how much work you carry out, your stage will be that of rest. In such a stage of rest, you experience happiness and peace. When you have power in yourself, the atmosphere does not affect you, but you are able to influence the atmosphere. Is the atmosphere powerful, or is it the Father Almighty? Baba says, is the atmosphere powerful, or is the Father Almighty? Since you are children of the Almighty Authority Father, why is the atmosphere more powerful than you? It is by forgetting your power that you are influenced by the atmosphere. When doctors go in front of patients who have all type of illnesses, they are not affected. In the same way, you have to do service by having awareness of yourself. Keep the power in yourself that you have to create the atmosphere, not that the atmosphere influences you. While being a couple, Baba says, while being a couple, do you stay in the awareness of being a soul alone? The soul is alone, is it not? If the soul is going to come into a relationship with someone, who does it have a relationship with? Who are the relationships with? With the one. So if you are going to become two, it has to be the father and the child. There is no relationship with a third person. You have to forge all relationship with the one. From one, the others, Baba says, from one, the other is Shiv Baba. This stage is said to be an elevated stage. Even when you see a third person, it is as though you do not see. If you are going to see anyone, it has to be the one. You have to speak to the one. By having such a stage, you will become a conqueror of Maya. Those who become conquerors of Maya become conquerors of the world. Only once in the world cycle do you receive this pure love. Always remember that you receive such love. I have attained that which no one else can attain. Stay in this intoxication and faith. When will you perform wonders in Delhi? Baba is asking now, when will you perform wonders in Delhi? The sound from Delhi spreads everywhere. For the name to be glorified in Delhi means it is glorified in Bharat. Then Baba says those from Delhi have to take up such responsibility. There is a little time left and a lot of service to do. Only when you serve at this speed will you be able to make the message reach everyone. To give someone the opportunity to become wealthy is also a great donation. And the fruit you receive from a great donation is just as great. If you completely keep the Father with you, Maya will see that you have the Almighty Authority Father with you and will therefore run away from a distance. It is when she sees you are alone that she has courage. When someone goes hunting, he lights a fire so that no animal would attack him. In the same way, if the fire of remembrance is lit, Maya cannot come. The fire of this love should not be extinguished. Baba says the fire of this love should never be extinguished. By keeping this company, you will automatically receive power. Then there will be victory and nothing but victory. Then Baba says, BaapDada loves the old mothers a lot because you have become tired after a lot of suffering. So the father has love for those children who are tired. You children also have to have just as much love. If you pass in the pilgrimage of remembrance while sitting at home, you can move forward. The more successful you are in the pilgrimage of remembrance, the more the feeling of your mind will also become pure. Baba says the more successful you are in the pilgrimage of remembrance, the more the feeling of your mind will also become pure. Do all of you remain cooperative in service? Baba is asking, do all of you remain cooperative in service? The more you give others the message, the more you yourself will also receive the message for completion. This is because by explaining to others, you automatically pay attention. Baba says this is because by explaining to others, you automatically pay attention to making yourself complete even against your conscious wish. To do this service is also sweet bondage of making yourself complete. The more you tie yourself in this bondage, the more you will continue to be liberated from all relationships. What is the method to become free from all bondages? To tie yourself in one bondage. The sweet bondage is of this time. It doesn't exist at any other time. All of you are souls who are tied in this godly bondage. Only by performing elevated actions can you attain an elevated status and become an elevated being. With the elevated activity, you create your present and also your future. Therefore, Baba says, therefore, you should perform actions through which both become elevated. Those from Ahmedabad have to do the most service because Ahmedabad is the seat of all the centers in Gujarat. A seed has greater power. Challenge. Baba says a seed has greater power. Baba says a seed has greater power. Challenge very powerful. Baba says challenge very powerfully those who are sleeping in a deep sleep so that they awaken. Kumaris can perform a lot of wonders. A Kumari has to show the same amount of success in service as the amount of power she has. Kumaris can go ahead in effort and service faster than anyone. Are the Shaktis ahead in service or are the Pandavas? Your memorial is that you are the Pandavas of the previous cycle. You have become Pandavas so many times, and whatever you has happened countless times is remembered very firmly. If you have this awareness, you will never forget. Have this intoxication and faith, we were the same ones in the previous cycle, and we are the same ones now. We are the ones who have a right to what? To the highest and high Father. When you constantly remember this, your state will always remain constant and stable. Only by staying in remembrance of one will your state be constant. Baba then says, do you continue to experience the service taking place through the Avyakt form? Do you also experience always having the company of the Avyakt form in service? Baba promised that he would be with the loving souls at every second. Do you have the experience of such constant company? He has just changed his form, but he is still carrying out that same task. He is visible as a canopy over the loving children. You feel that all the tasks are being carried out under the canopy of protection. It is as though it has become a habit to go up and down the ladder of coming into the Avyakt form, the Vyakt and the Vyakt from the Avyakt. Baba says it is as though it has become a habit to go up and down the ladder of coming into the Avyakt form, the Vyakt, Avyakt from the Vyakt and the Vyakt from the Avyakt. One moment he is there and the next moment he is here. Those who have made their stage like that and have developed that practice feel themselves to be Avyakt file in the corporeal body. Their awareness and visions change. Are all of you sitting here ever ready? Free from any karmic counts of the body? In the beginning, you were shown games of birds in the subtle region. The birds were made to fly. In the same way, a soul is also a bird. It can fly whenever it wants. That can only happen when you practice it. When, Baba says, when you yourself become a flying bird, you can then make others fly in a second. At present, it takes time. You have been shown the, Baba says, you have been shown the experience of the subtle region in a subtle way. For how long do you stay in the company in the subtle region in the subtle way? For instance, whosoever you love at this time, even that person is abroad somewhere, your mind would be directly, Baba says, for instance, whomsoever you love at this time, even if that person is abroad somewhere, your mind would be directed towards that person a lot. You would also consider yourself to be a resident of the country where that person is. In the same way, you now have to become residents of the subtle region. Do you make the subtle region emerge in the physical world, or do you consider yourself to be in his company in the subtle region? What is your experience? Do you make the Father, the resident of the subtle region, emerge here, or do you also consider yourself to be a resident of the subtle region and stay with him? BaapDada feels that, Baba says, BaapDada feels that while living in the physical world, you should become a resident of the subtle region, and when you call him here, you can take subtle service from the atmosphere of the subtle region. While stable in the Avyakt stage, you can take help. You can receive subtle help while in the physical form. Now, consider yourselves to be angels a lot more. Baba says, now consider yourselves to be angels a lot more. By staying in the world of angels, you will experience a lot of lightness, as though you have brought the subtle region down into the physical world. When no difference remains between the physical and the subtle, then no difference from the stage, Baba says, when no difference remains between the physical and the subtle, then no difference from the perfect stage will remain either. Baba says, then no difference from the perfect stage will remain either. It will be as though that the physical world will become subtle and you will come close to perfection. For instance, although BaapDada comes into the practical, Baba says, for instance, although BaapDada comes into the physical, he still maintains the Avyakt atmosphere of the subtle region and the Avyakt form. He comes to give you children that same experience. In the same way, all of you have to give others the experience of your Avyakt form. Only when your Avyakt stage becomes complete will you go to your kingdom with the Father. In one eye you have your perfect Avyakt stage, and in the other eye you have your royal status. This will be as clearly visible as seeing something in the corporeal form, your form of childhood and also your complete form. That's all. You will become that and then become this. You have this awareness, do you not? It is as though your future form is seen to be complete. The closer you are to the angelic life, the more clearly you will be able to see your royal status in front of you. Both will be in front of you. Nowadays, there are some people who have total awareness of their past. Similarly, let the future be in your awareness to the same extent. This is what I am going to become. Those sanskars of the future will continue to emerge. They won't be merged. They will remain emerged. Acha. Om Shanti.